thanks for coming to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot and I'm Diana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Taurus might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take just a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my social media, my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for the last 10 days of June 2020, keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless. So whether you come across this reading right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you'll find a message for you within the reading. And if it doesn't completely resonate with you, just keep the parts that do, disregard the rest, switch the roles around if you need to, and of course if you're cross watchers, just remember to switch those roles around. If it doesn't fit, if you know your other planetary placements, then you can listen to those signs as well for additional messages. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, and ask our angels, guides, and ancestors for any love messages for Taurus. For the last 10 days of June 2020. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Taurus for the last 10 days of June 2020? Spirit, what love messages do you have for Taurus for the last 10 days of June 2020? Spirit, what love messages do you have for Taurus for the last 10 days of June 2020? Okay, that feels good. All right. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and divide these cards into 3 stacks. Okay, look, I'm so sunburned. I went outside for like 10 minutes. It's so hot. Okay. All right. Now, the card on the bottom of the deck is that 5 of Swords, okay? So this is the overall energy for your reading. 5 of Swords talks about those disagreements that you can have with people. You know, the ones where you finally explode and you say a lot of things that you don't really mean. Sometimes you do just to shut them up or to bide at your time, just to buy some time. It can also be, you know, those little petty disagreements that you have with people where you end up calling names and, you know, it's just very, very bad. But generally, this person, and this could be you, like I said, you can reverse these roles around. You're just not going to participate in it. When it starts, you've had enough and you're just going to walk away. Or either it could be your partner that's doing that. All right. So that is your overall energy for the reading. If we, hey, let me turn this off over here. Okay. Hang on, let me just turn the volume up. Here we go. Alright, so the light never fails to sit down to do my little videos, and the phone just starts every time. Alright, so for those of you who are new here, I do 4 rows, and the first row has to do with you. It might have something to do with the things that you have been dealing with in the recent past, things that you're currently dealing with, and people and options that are coming towards you. Now the second row is the same thing, only it's for your divine counterpart, twin flame, soulmate, karmic partner, maybe an ex. This could be somebody completely new that you just met. Generally, it's the person you think about all the time. The one you're thinking about in the morning when you wake up, and the person that you think about in the evening when you're going to sleep. That third column is obstacles and challenges, fears, anxieties, things that are blocking you from moving forward. And that, let me scoot this over. And that last row is outcome. Okay. Now, I've just laid out 2 cards in each row. This over. Okay. Just laid out 2 cards in each row. I'm going to do this 2 more times for a grand total of 24 cards. By the time we get to the end of the reading, you'll have a pretty good idea about what's going to be going on for the last 10 days of June. Now this right here says a lot, doesn't it? Okay. Now this person that you've been in these little petty arguments back and forth, they're really fruitless. They don't really have a lot to do with anything. You know, you're to the point where, hey, you just want to nix it all and just move on and have, you know, this brand new beginning. You may have had a past, and we all do, and your partner may be somewhat insecure about the past that you've had, or maybe past relationships that may currently be friendships or something, and they don't like it very much at all. Maybe you talked too much about your partners from your past to your current person, or maybe somebody that you've recently been with, but they're really unhappy with it, and it's causing a lot of like triangulation and what do you want to call it, like just bad ill feelings between all parties involved. Okay, and it's just not good at all. It creates these codependent relationships, and it's not good. But you really had enough of it, and that may be the reason why you might be pulling out the mean words. You just had enough, and you're ready for that new beginning. You have come clean with this person. You've been honest. You put yourself out there. You made yourself vulnerable. You have let them know that they are important to you, but at the same time, they are relentless in their neediness, and they are basically driving you crazy, and you're just wanting to like wash it away, like that song, and wash that man right out of my hair, that kind of thing. Or if you're a guy, it could be a female, you're ready to have that relationship and move on and start fresh, completely over. All right. Now, your partner has the Four of Pentacles as well as the Fool, and they may be someone that is like really holding on to this relationship, and that's part of what goes along with those toxic relationships and codependent relationships is they really get their little claws in you. They dig into you really deep, and they take what you say very seriously. Well, you're a very romantic person, Taurus. You are ruled by Venus. The only other astrological sign that's ruled by Venus is Libra. Okay, very romantic, very stable, very you love passion, sensuality, art, but you also love that being grounded in that sense of home and security. Okay, and when you are representing yourself with this other person that you've been arguing with, okay, and I'm not really sure of the sociology of it or the dynamics that the two of you are in this relationship in. It may have been a brief romance, it could have been a rebound, it could have been whatever, but it just feels like it wasn't as serious to you as it was to this other person. Now, when you first started the relationship, it may have felt that way because you were maybe healing or getting over something, and this person was like a life jacket that you were holding on to keep you from feeling the feelings that you were feeling. Okay. So yeah, this right here, you're ready for that new beginning. You're ready to go ahead and step forward and just move on. You're tired, like I said, of the clinginess, the neediness, and the petty jealousies of the person that you've been dealing with. All right, now in your obstacles and challenges, we have you like walking away. Well, you may be in a position where you find that you're not really able to walk away. Okay, you can, but you can't. But this person is making you feel like you're the one that the whole relationship depends on. They look to you for everything, and you feel like you have to give and give and give to their emotional well-being all the time. And it's getting to the point that it's making you feel resentful and miserable, and that you want to disconnect and walk away from this relationship. Now, the thing about this third column, because it's our inner fears and anxieties and things, and we think about them a lot, this is on our mind a lot, you have to be careful because you can actually really and truly manifest these things into your life. If you think about a breakup and you think about leaving, the universe hears you and they're going to give that to you. All right. You have two love interests. We have this Nine of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Wands. Now, this Queen of Wands, okay, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person, even though these are females, if you're a female, this could both be males, or if you date females, fine, and if you're a man who dates women, fine. But the thing is, or even if you're a man that dates other men, there's no gender in the tarot. It's about the energy that these cards are representing. And that Queen of Wands, sometimes she's very fun, she's very sexy, she's very, adventurous, so to speak, but she's also a troublemaker, and they like to stick their nose in. And this could be somebody that you just met, or somebody from your past that just really doesn't even respect the relationship that you have been being in, because they know you and they know your feelings, and they see that you're really not serious about this person, so they really don't have any respect for him. But if you were to actually say to this person, butt out, stay out of my business, yeah, but you can keep this person around if they are actually really truly deeply in friendship mode with you. But the thing is, when you are entertaining an ex as a friend, even if you feel that it's never ever going to go back to a romantic situation, generally, unless you share children with an ex-partner, people just don't stay friends with their exes unless one of them is harboring feelings and wanting to rekindle that relationship again. So you may need to watch out for this Queen of Wands. Generally, I identify her as a Leo, because Leo women are generally the only ones who are aggressive enough that they step forward and will interrupt a relationship just because, they a lot of times they say things because they don't see it as a problem. They want to be in control, and they are basically taking control of the relationship because they want you, so they're just going to let you know, or they're going to let this other person know. But you have this other right here, this Nine of Pentacles. She's like an empress in training. She's a little more refined. She's a little more classy, we'll say. This could be, another earth sign, another air sign. This person may be just a little bit better of a match for you than the one that you have been dealing with. That's the clingy, needy person. And this one right here, the little troublemaker. This one, yeah, feels like a good match. All right. Now we're going to go into the second set of cards, and we have that Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups. Okay, yeah, it speaks a lot. All right, in your partner's column, we have the Moon as well as the Eight of Swords. Obstacles and challenges, fears and anxieties. We have that Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. And in your outcome, we have the Judgment as well as the Nine of Cups. Now, yeah, you've been hurting over this. You've been thinking about it. You may have started another relationship. You may have started a rebound relationship when you had ended this relationship, okay? And you've thought over it, and you've heard about it, and you've had many sleepless nights, and it's a lot of pain that you've been going through, especially when you have this Five of Cups along with this Nine of Swords. It talks about that deep sorrow, about that regret that you had, whatever happened that ended your relationship previously with that person. You're very deeply missing them. You're not able to continue that rebound relationship because you're denying your feelings, so to speak. You can't ignore your feelings anymore. All right, now in your partner, we have the moon, and we have this 8 of Swords. So they feel like, you know, they're in a position where they're stuck with you and they're not really moving forward anymore. And, you know, they find out a lot. And this really could be a water sign, especially a Cancer person that you have been dealing with, especially with this moon. You have this eclipse that's coming up, and of course we've had 2 eclipses this June, and you know, we've had a solar eclipse as well. We've had a lot going on. There's a lot of retrogrades and reversals and feelings, and we get through something and we end up going through it again. And this person, you know, they're finding out things that they don't necessarily want to find out. They're pretending as if they don't know it. They don't see it. They know it. They see it. But they're ignoring it. They're hoping it's not true, because you would never do something like that. Okay. Now, when they find out, this is going to come around, and there's going to be a lot of confrontation about it. All right. Now, in your blockages, we have this Queen of Pentacles and this 10 of Pentacles, and this may be a future that you had been planning, perhaps with this 9 of Pentacles person. This person meant the world to you. You could see them as your future queen, as the person that you were going to be building your empire with, so to speak, and you know, that was going to be your right hand person, basically, and somebody that is loved and dedicated to you as you could possibly imagine. But there has something happened, something tragic and bad has happened that has caused the 2 of you to be in separation from each other. Now, when we get to your outcome, Taurus, we've got the Judgment card and this 9 of Cups. So you may be in a position where you're ready to love again, where you're ready to face your feelings and recognize that, you know, this person was a significant person in your life, but you're now missing them. You are incomplete. You do not have your 10 of Cups. But what we do have here is this Judgment card, and we have this resurrection of lovers that are coming up. And, you know, it's like you're going to have this epiphany that this is the person that you should have been with all along, and you never, ever should have separated. There never, you know, there was like a series of unfortunate events. One thing led to the other, and the 2 of you worked together, and it was like a major shock to you. It was, I mean, for these 2 cards to come up together, yeah, it was really hard for you to face. However, you do have that Star card. You have the Judgment card, and you have the Fool, which does indicate that, you know, there's a possibility that you can have a redo. Okay, you can do it. You can do it over. Okay. All right. So where are we at? All right. So in your column, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Lovers. The second column, we have Death and the 6 of Cups. In the third column, we have that 2 of Swords, as well as Strength. And in your outcome, we have the 10 of Wands and the Tower. All right. All right, lovers, here we go. Yeah, you're going to speak up. You're going to let them know. I made a mistake. I need you in my life. I miss you. You could realize that even though you've been in a relationship with somebody else, that you've been alone without them, you know. That you're finding your voice, and you're talking to them, that communication's rekindled. You're going to find yourself almost poetic when you speak to your love again, and let them know how serious you are about them. And then with your partner you've been dealing with, well, you have your soulmate and you have the other relationship that you're ending, okay? You're leaving it behind. You're letting them know, you know, I can't take the clinginess. I can't take the constant questioning. I can't take these other things that are going on. I miss my soulmate. I need that connection. You're a wonderful person, but you're not the twin flame. You're not the divine counterpart. Excuse me. All right, so in your obstacles and challenges, you have the Strength card as well as the Two of Swords. So, you know, the Two of Swords, it's about making those decisions, and they're really hard decisions too. You're gonna need to pull on that strength from inside. You're going to have to make some really hard decisions. You're gonna have to use your head over your heart. You're not going to be doing something just because you want to avoid hurting somebody's feelings. You have to look out for your own life path, okay? No matter if it hurts the one that you were originally in love with, or the person that you've most recently been involved with that may be holding on to the relationship super tightly and not wanting to let go. You know, it's like the Highlander, there can only be one, because I don't think either one of these people are going to settle for an open relationship or sister wives or sister husbands, kind of brother husbands, whatever it's called. You know, these aren't the kind of people that are going to settle for that type of relationship, okay? If they were, then none of this would be a problem. All right, yeah. So yeah, this relationship's falling apart. You carried with you into the new relationship the burdens that you had from the past. You weren't able to let go of your past, even though you were trying to build this new relationship with somebody else, and it's completely fallen apart. There is no other way to exit the relationship other than just the great big upheaval. All right, now I'm going to pull just another random card or two out of here. And we have this Two of Pentacles. So to your water person, you're going to seem as if you are unloving and uncaring, and that you don't see all the emotional feelings and turmoil that they're feeling. They're going to tell you you're self-centered, that you're a narcissist, that you are only concerned about your own feelings, and don't you even care that they're drowning here without you, and your back is turned to them. Okay. Now I'm going to pull this out one more. All right, and we have the Hierophant. Yes. So this does, you know, we have the Lovers. Okay. Maybe soulmate. Okay. Yeah. We have that Death card. Your relationship ended. We have the Judgment card, which means there's the resurrection of that relationship again. You want that brand new beginning. And here you are, okay? So, Taurus, yeah, you sometimes act a little hastily when you make decisions. You jump into other relationships to distract you from the hurt that you're feeling, and from, you know, the need to be in love at all times. And that's part of, you know, being ruled by Venus. You're a great big romantic person, okay? All right, so that is your reading for the last 10 days of June 2020. And I want to take a second and tell you guys thank you so much for all of your comments, likes, subscribes, and shares. And I appreciate you guys so much. And for those of you who have so very generously donated to my channel, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that so much. It means more to me than you guys will ever know. And you know, I know it's hard for all of us right now, you know, with all this stuff that's going on in the world. So it really, really does mean a lot to me. And I just want to say thank you. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Love you.